Muy buenas a todos, comunidad, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo para nuestro canal. Antes que nada, tengo un ventilador justamente aquí, un R2D2 muy grande, que me da fresquito, así que si escucháis un ruido por ahí salvaje, lo siento mucho, gente, no puede ser otra cosa. Hace mucha calor y yo aquí voy a morir eternamente en algún día. En algún vídeo de estos voy a hacer ¡pum! Antes que nada, muchas gracias Ubisoft por darme acceso a este contenido. Ubisoft me ha dicho actualización nueva, toma, y me ha soltado un montón de cosas para reaccionar junto a ustedes. Artes, b-rolls, vídeos, de todo, aquí hay de todo. Y ya sé que la misión está siendo muy bien recibida, así que seguramente esta noche estaré en stream jugándola si es que consigo arreglar mi partida en el Assassin's Creed Shadows. No sé muy bien lo que son, bueno, sí, son nuevos trajes para Yasuke, para Naoe y bueno, pues el caballo mitológico, que no sé muy bien este traje cuál es, pero la verdad es que la katana mola, tú. La katana de Naoe mola un huevo, ¿eh? Me gusta. Vale, estas nuevas armas, el tepo, una especie de daga del tiempo, una especie de espada para que parece sacada de Final Fantasy. Ah, estos son, vale, esto es el atuendo de Critical Role. Vale, ya voy entendiendo. Ah, esto es para la guarida. Sin más, es que yo los atuendos mitológicos en Assassin's Creed no les veo. Y la imagen, pues, que tendréis de fondo seguramente. Y aquí tenemos, pues, más imágenes en general de lo que es la misión. Esto de la manzana, tío, tengo ganas de reaccionar a esto, pero esto de la manzana, tú...
Hey everyone, Simon here. Today marks the release of Title Update 1.0.6, which brings a brand new free quest called a Critical Encounter. In it, you will meet and recruit a brand new Portuguese-born ally called Rufino, who happens to have one of the greatest mustache in all of Assassin's Creed history, by the way, and unravel yet one more branch of the threat that looms large over Japan. But let's not kid ourselves here. The reason why I'm appearing in this video today is to make good on the threat I laid out a couple weeks ago. Roll footage. None of you would be unscathed. Well, today we're debuting our brand new Nightmare difficulty setting. Once again, combat and stealth difficulty can be set independently of each other, but for proper bragging rights, we suggest that you crank both of them all the way up, grit your teeth, tuck in your chin, and prepare for the Nightmare. Here's some of the most important changes we've made to combat. Enemies deal much more damage with every successful attack. Dodges, block, and parry windows have been significantly reduced. Perfect dodge and perfect parries have much smaller windows as well, and they will still stagger your enemies, but it will no longer put them in a vulnerable state. You will now suffer 100% damage intake if you try to block or parry an unstoppable attack, including tempo shots. We're introducing trap attacks, which means most enemies will attack you via proximity, no matter if you're already engaged with someone else. Archers will attack more frequently, and their projectile will fly at you twice as fast as before. Adrenaline generation and ability cooldowns have been significantly slowed down, which puts much more of an emphasis on fight fundamentals rather than over-reliance on abilities. Abilities that Ronin, Warrior Monks, and Shinobi will dodge 100% of the time unless you stagger them first, by the way. And Brute types enemies will also counter these same abilities with paired action of their own, unless you stagger them first. Still feeling confident about your chances? Well, okay then, let's talk about stealth. For starters, Naoe's basic assassination damage has been reduced from 2 chunks to 1, making your gear perks that much more valuable. And if you're sitting there thinking, none of this applies to me, I'm just gonna use guaranteed assassination option, tough luck, buddy. Guaranteed assassination is unavailable on Nightmare difficulty. You want the bragging rights? You gotta earn them. Air assassination and sprint assassination both generate much bigger sound stimuli, which means that nearby enemies are much more likely to hear, turn, and spot you because detection has been made significantly faster across the board. As a matter of fact, anything below 15 meters is going to result in a near-instant detection. Kunai will no longer be retrievable after a kill, and the throw a kunai after assassination perk will now cost you a kunai, which means if you don't have one, it won't work. Yasuke remains as heavy-footed as ever, but now his faster displacement, even in crouch, will generate much more perceivable sounds to the enemies. If you're moving fast, they can hear you. And in the same vein, vanishing into shadows can only occur if you are 100% static. If you move, they can see you. Okay, now onto the enemy side of the equation. Enemies searching for you will now split into 3 pairs of searchers and watchers, making it much more difficult for you to get the drop on any of them. Anything that spook an enemy will now trigger what we call the defensive stance, making that enemy that much more difficult to assassinate. And as if this wasn't enough, ration crates, shinobi tools, and ammo crates are far less generous on a refill. And while the team was at it, we also bumped up the difficulty settings for expert, which means that if nightmare difficulty setting is too much for you, it's fine. It's okay, no shame. Then perhaps expert is now the perfect amount of difficulty for you. So, on behalf of our stealth, combat, and progression teams, we sincerely hope that you hate nightmare difficulty setting. I mean love, but also hate it. Go on, go get your butts kicked on nightmare difficulty. Bye.
We're gonna roll for initiative to see who's gonna go first.
Come on, baby. This is terrible. 4. Can you believe I do this for a living? And impossible. 5! Just slightly better. This interview is gonna go great. So, I was in a TTRPG for Critical Role, and then you put it in the video game?
Exactly. So we took that one shot and make it a story drop for the player to be able to enjoy soon.
Tomiko, are you going to introduce me?
I'm playing Rufino. Just Rufino.
Wonderful. Who's Rufino?
Who is Rufino? Well, I think we both have to answer that question, but I'll start,
Yeah.
right? So I had to do some history research. It was really important to me to think of a character for this one shot that would make sense to be
Puta, tú, muy bestia, ¿eh?
in the world. And I realized that the Portuguese had some aspect of integration or at least trade with Japan then. So that's why I chose to make him.
No me venga con tontería que no se parece una mierda al personaje que inventaron ellos. O sea, aquí, vale, han cogido el rollo, pero han hecho lo que le han salido de las pelotas de una manera muy bestia, o sea.
Basically like a stowaway orphan without any support in a foreign land.
I was born
Sigue siendo algo increíble, ¿eh? Pero eso es lo que le han salido de las pelotas, vamos, niveles estratosféricos.
in Portugal, brought to these islands on the winds of greed, and then abandoned in the streets.
And then from that, you took it from there and took those themes and foundations and turned it into something else that fit into this world, which was so exciting for me to see. Yeah. What was that like for you, that process going from the one shot to the game?
Yeah, that process was amazing because we had such a strong basis to work on. In a game, we're 15 years later, so we kind of imagine what will happen.
Little Heiji, is she well?
Not so little anymore.
If you saw the one shot, you'll hear a whisper and you'll go, oh, that's what happened to lead this character to this point.
I'm gonna grab half a dozen onigiri and 1 apple for myself.
Okay, fair enough.
I have to know, was it like pre-planned between you and CR? Was it something that the AC team was thinking about doing? Like, how did it happen? I don't know.
So you're on the big secret.
I want to know the secret.
Yeah.
I'm ready. We're ready to reveal it. We're on camera. Now's the time.
Yeah. So it wasn't planned, but it was wished. So that's when I first heard that we're going to do a collaboration with the Critical Role team. I already knew that, okay, those guys are so great. They are a master of their work. And there's definitely an opportunity to bring those characters into a second life with our game. So this is where we kind of planted seed that if there were an opportunity, that we should not let it pass.
Ah, that's perfect. Listen, more companies need guys like you and your team working in that way. This is the first time anything like this has happened where we've carried it over into the product, and I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Just Yasuke. I don't meet many foreigners who bear Japanese names.
What was it like for you and the team to watch the one shot unfold? Because like obviously you had talked with the team over at Critical Role about, the specifications, but you didn't know what was going to happen because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was a crazy good experience. Yeah,
I think I'll take crazy good. That's good.
But seeing that old lady cut down, that's where he draws the line, because it reminds him of the old lady that took care of him when he was a child.
we were like eating popcorn, waiting to see, oh, what's gonna go next, what's gonna go next. And although we knew the finale of it, because it's tied with the game, we didn't know what's the road to reach there. You all brought it to life.
So there are obviously similarities between, you know, TTRPGs and video games. Like, what is that jump from tabletop to games? Like, what's that connective tissue that makes it feel good?
It's the similar aspect, like we're creating a great cast of characters, we make them evolve into different stories, and just like RPG where you roll the dice to see what's the outcome of your action, here's more like the player's action doing into it, but it's meeting all those different characters that take you into a journey, so there's good parallel. And for us to be able to work with characters so fleshed out and your voice acting talent, it was a blast. And yeah.
I had so much fun today. This is a pleasure. This is not an awkward handshake. This is a real handshake, I promise.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I know. You're welcome.
Mola muchísimo, la verdad. Por cierto, podéis ver tanto la partida que de Critical Role subido, creo que está al canal de Assassin's Creed, creo que, o sea, al canal de Ubisoft, y creo que incluso está con sus títulos, y además tanto yo como Dorian tenemos una serie en el canal donde tenéis todavía más rol de Assassin's Creed si os interesa, así que mucho rol por todos lados. Pues vale, eso es todo lo que puedo mostrar por el momento. Muchas gracias Ubisoft por dar más eso a este contenido. No hubiese generado este contenido si Ubisoft no me hubiese pasado estos activos. Tendréis vídeos en el canal relacionados a todo esto. Prometo que os lo voy a traer, pero por el momento tenéis este. Y seguramente cuando suba este vídeo, al ratito estaré en stream haciendo la misión y pues no me veréis, pero sí me escucharéis. Así que pues de doble. Muchas gracias chicos por haber visto este vídeo. Muchas gracias Ubisoft por dar más a este contenido de nuevo. Y nos vemos en próximos vídeos. La pase con ustedes, hermanos. Hasta luego, hasta luego.